God, how do people film themselves for the first time and not freak the fuck out? Am I filming? I am filming. Hi! My name is Michelle, if you don't know who I am. I want to try to start a YouTube channel. We'll see how that goes. I wanted to do this for a long time. I just never did it. Filming videos when you never have before is intimidating. For my first video, what I'm gonna do is show you a really fast and easy everyday makeup tutorial where you're not using any foundation, because in this day and age, when you're wearing masks and stuff, it's really annoying to wear a full face of foundation, but sometimes you don't want to wear nothing. I'm gonna show you my everyday makeup look, which takes less than 10 minutes. If I'm really rushing, it'll take like 5 minutes, but that depends on the day. If I'm being completely honest, on an everyday basis, I'm not putting primer on. This is something new that I recently got, the Charlotte Tilbury, the Hollywood Flawless filter, the one that comes in this bottle. This is in the shade 1 Fair. Charlotte Tilbury is an expensive brand. It is not an overhyped product. Before I put concealer on, because I'm not putting foundation on, I'll highlight with this instead of powder highlighter after. So everywhere that I would put highlight, I'm gonna use this. It has like the tiniest bit of coverage, but not a lot. I'll just put that on my chin, my cupid's bow, on my cheekbones where I would put highlight, and my forehead right above the brows, down the center of the nose, like right up here, and then also just a little bit on the tip of the nose there. Then I'll blend that. The brush that I typically use to blend that is a Morphe G40. I don't think Morphe makes this brush anymore. A shame, because this is a great brush. So you'll blend that. Once I'm done blending that, I'll go in with concealer. I'm using Nars's Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla Light 2. She's pale. If you get to the end of your concealer and you're like running out, take out the stopper. It makes it much messier. Like, you get concealer everywhere, but you get so much more product. And just be careful not to like stab yourself with whatever tools you're using. For me, because of my redness, I'll do some on my chin, on the sides of my nose, like where the nostril is that what you call that area? I don't know. I'll do a little bit on my cheek. Depending on the day, I'll either skip my forehead or I'll do just a tiny bit. Just depends on how red I think I look. Also, I will spot conceal. So then I'll blend. This is a Sephora Pro Concealer number 57. So I'm just gonna blend out my concealer. Anywhere that has acne, you have to go with like a much lighter hand just to kind of blend the edges but keep the coverage on top of the spot that you're trying to cover. So I'll blend that concealer, and usually there's enough that I can kind of drag it up towards my nose just to cover redness there. But usually my nose isn't too bad unless the universe just decides to bless me that day with a really red face. Just make sure the edges are all blended. There's no like harsh lines anywhere. Once I'm done blending, I'm gonna do blush. I have been using a Fenty Beauty cream blush called Peach Face. I recently got this color called Strawberry Drip. If you are gonna go in with a powder blush, set your face first, because I'm going in with cream. I'm not gonna set. So these blushes are easily blendable if you go ham on the blush. You can always cover it with some extra concealer, which we've all done before. I say to the 2 people watching this video. And I'm gonna use a brush that I also recently bought. This is a Sephora Pro blush in number 93. I'm just gonna make sure that there's no freaking cat hair on this brush. And it's a nice little compact that comes with a mirror. I mean, it's really tiny, but it does the job. So I'm gonna smile. And I'm gonna hit the apples of my cheeks. I'll blend back into my cheekbone and also drag a little bit over my nose. And if you go heavy, like I did, because this is a new brush and I haven't used it before, I'll just keep blending a little bit and go in with your brush that has concealer on it or a beauty blender and blend even more with the concealer brush so that the blush doesn't look like I'm a rag doll and just put like 2 round dots of red on my cheek. So then I will set my face. I'll usually set with this powder, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I am trying to find a dupe for this that you could get at the pharmacy or the drugstore if you're American. Because it's an everyday look, I don't typically set with like a heavy setting powder. I'll just use something light, a pressed powder. I have combination skin, so if I do get oily throughout the day, I'll just touch up, especially on my chin, my cheeks, and my forehead. So I'm gonna go ahead and set those areas that I just mentioned. And this is a Morphe E48 brush. My nose as well, my forehead. And then for cheeks, I typically will go right next to my nose. I don't want to set everywhere that I put blush because the blush is a cream. It's a little bit glowy. I want that highlight to stay highlighted. For everyday looks, I won't put concealer under my eyes just because I used to hate the look of circles under the eyes, but as I get older I really don't care that much, and concealer will look crusty right under the eye because I'm a grandma. I just will avoid putting anything there unless I'm doing like a full face of foundation, and then I will use like a more full coverage concealer like Tarte's Shape Tape. Then that's pretty much it for my base. What's left are my brows and my lashes. For every day, what I'll do for my brows, because they have a good shape and I don't really need to fill them in that much, I'll just use a clear brow gel. This is from CoverGirl, Easy Breezy Brow. I'll wipe off a lot of the excess from the brush and just brush up my eyebrows just so that it kind of holds its shape throughout the day. I really don't fill them in that often unless I'm doing a more glam look. And that's pretty much all I do to my brows. That one's the good one. We don't pay attention to her. And then last, but certainly the worst step of them all, in my opinion, is curling your lashes. On an everyday basis, I do not wear eyeliner or mascara. It's just so much effort, and then removing it at the end of the day is also a lot of effort. So I'll just curl them, and this lash curler is Tweezerman. I'll go as close to the lash root as possible and what is this? Pump the lash curler a few times. Then I'll go up towards the middle of the lashes, do the same thing, and then do the same thing at the end. I'll never just hold the lash curler. I don't want my lashes to have a corner curve in them. I want them to be a nice, I don't know what I'm saying. So I'll just curl them and then brush them out. If on the rare occasion that I do want to put a little bit of mascara on, I will just put mascara on the ends of my lashes so that it makes them look a little bit longer, but there's no product near the root of the lash. That way it's not super obvious that you're wearing mascara. It's also just easier to remove it at the end of the day. But that's pretty much what I do. I can add or remove things depending on how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I'll just put concealer on my redness, like on my chin and around my nostril area, blend it out, set my face, curl my lashes, and comb my brows. And that's all I'll do. Oh, for lips, what I'll do, I'll just go in with a lip balm, a tinted lip balm. Those are pretty fun. ColourPop has tinted lip balms. They're called Lippy Balm. It looks like it would be an intense color because of the color of the bottle, but it's not. It's a light tint. And that's all I'll do because I have lips that are just indefinitely chapped. Throughout the day, I have to reapply lip balm or whatever I'm using. But that's it. And it takes me 10 minutes. Or 5, depending on what I'm doing and how fast I need to get it done. So that's my everyday makeup look that I do on a daily basis. It's super fast and easy with no foundation, which I just find is the easiest thing to do these days rather than worrying about transfer on masks. This does transfer a little bit, especially because I use a lot of cream products, but it's not that bad. The most that comes off is right at the nose here, where the mask sits kind of tight. But it's easily blendable with your finger or a brush and then reset it and it'll look like nothing ever happened. I didn't mention this, but sometimes I will use a setting spray. Most of the time I won't. The setting spray I really have been enjoying lately is Rare Beauty's Always an Optimist 4-in-1 mist. You can also prep with this. You can, I think, refresh throughout the day with it, set your makeup. What's the fourth one? I don't know. That's pretty much what I end up doing. So I hope you enjoyed. I do not know how to end this video. If you're watching, thank you. If you can comment or like this video, then do it. I really don't know how to end that. So I feel like this is almost worse than intro. Maybe it's not and I'm just overthinking it. Okay, thanks, bye. Goodness. Don't want to see the cat's butt.